Hey y'all. All right, so it has been some time since I have committed to creating content because we have been really busy. We've been getting married, we've been moving to Europe, we've been getting into our groove, running a wellness program for Boundless Life. So, needless to say, it has been busy. Okay. But I am super excited to give you guys a recap of our month. And should I start doing weekly recaps? So, yes, it has been busy. It's been really busy, actually, but somehow really blissful and very peaceful as well, like not just busy. So, thrilled about that. I am currently maximizing my time and doing the things that I rarely get a chance to do. Like, I don't ever get a chance to make up the bed, but here we are. We're doing it. I love this bed, by the way. It's great. So, I am probably going to batch some content today. I'll make the covers really diverse so you guys don't feel like you're watching the same video over and over again, but I'm excited to get into it. So, January 2024, how has it been? Here's how it started. We did New Year's Eve and brought in the new year at my mom's house in Atlanta. Nap time. Not sure if y'all can hear that, but a lot of impromptu sound making happening to appease the baby. So we were in Atlanta for a couple of weeks to spend some time with the family, and we brought in the new year at my mom's house. I did a last minute kind of bootleg, like ball drop situation for Kasani because we waited to the last minute. Like we went to a lot of stores and things were sold out. Things were super sold out. And it wasn't, we're not last minute people. So it was incredibly frustrating for us. But unfortunately, we had a death in the family. And so there was some unexpected travel, domestic, but still there was some unexpected travel. And then, it was right around holiday time, right around like getting stuff together. Like we might buy gifts a little bit in advance, but decorations and stuff, we might get them a week or two before. But it was like New Year's Eve, and we were going to all the dollar stores and all the grocery stores and all the stores, and they were just out of stuff. So my 3-year-old, being the 3-year-old he is, was impressed with all the stuff I found around the house. It worked out. Did that. We had a game night. Somebody who will be named because he needs to know who he is picked up the pepper jack cheese from the cheese tray that my mom made. And mind you, he's dairy free. He doesn't eat dairy. But he was like, I want to try this. And I was like, okay. He is just in love with his Mima. And everything she does, he wants to do too. And so I'm like, it's spicy. I don't think you need to try it. We made the mistake of not washing his hands and underestimating like how long he had the pepper jack cheese in his hands. Hours later, he rubs his eye. Chaos. Pure chaos. Okay. It took us over an hour to calm him down. We had to like run water under his eye. Which now we know, if anything spicy or anything like that ever gets into your eye, you need to run water constantly on it for a minimum of like 30 minutes to really flush everything out. Hard to do with the toddler. Super hard to do with the toddler, but we did it. Okay. We made it happen. So Jordan is in the shower with him, running water on his face just constantly because we're doing the thing. Me, being me, I'm like, I'm going to get my breast milk. So I went to get some breast milk, put it in a syringe, put it in his eye. He was livid with me because I think his eye started to like finally start to calm down. But you put the breast milk in there and the breast milk does what it does. And so he got to sleep, got him in his PJs and all the things. And he woke up the next morning, his eye was fine, thank God. But it was pure chaos for a minute. And not to mention my mother, who is his soulmate. She does not believe that we are capable of caring for our child. She knows he's in good hands, but she's like, I can do it better. So I think if it was up to her, like she would have just done the whole thing herself and moved us out of the way. And she was panicking. But I know this about her. So I was like, all right, lady, I'm not arguing with you right now. Like, clearly you're panicking. He's going to be fine. I will let you know. I'll keep you updated. Okay. Because at this point, Jordan's like in the shower with him. So she can't come into the bathroom. So I'm like, Mom, it'll be fine. Everybody was fine. Later, we went out. We had a little like late night girls chat under the moon. And it was good. It was really good, actually. We were able to just talk and laugh a lot at how much she was panicking and yelling at us because we weren't doing it right or doing it fast enough or however she wanted it done. But she's clearly the mom in the relationship and I am secondary. So that's literally how our year started. Like shortly after midnight, that's what we were doing. But it was good. And then we proceeded to get packed and ready for our trip to Montenegro. We left on the evening of the 7th, literally the night, that it started to get cold in Atlanta. So we're flying to London, and then we have like 8 or 9 hour layover to change airports and then fly into Dubrovnik, which is in Croatia, not in Montenegro, but it's like a 2 hour drive. So it's a popular airport to fly into if you can't find a good flight into Podgorica, or we are on the way to the airport. And as we're driving, the temperature is dropping. By the time we get to the airport parking lot, we take the kids out of the car and we're like, oh, it is cold, like freezing. So we get in the airport, we do all the things, get through security and all that. We get boarded on our flight. We're flying with Delta this time, which I might do a separate video on why I feel the way I feel about airlines, but Delta is not the best airline internationally. I know people love Delta. People love Delta Airlines, and Delta is good for what it's good for, but it doesn't measure up to other international airlines as far as the service they offer and the amenities that you get. Like an 8 hour flight to London, an overnight flight at that, they're just a little skimpy on the things, in my opinion, in my experience. I will more on that later. We'll do an airline breakdown for you guys. So that happens. We get into all that. We make it to London. More chaos. Okay. We land a little bit late, which almost never happens. Like we left on time, we landed a little bit late, and then we had to wait. Like we were taxing, we had to wait for a while before we actually got to a gate. You know how that goes. And so we didn't get off the plane as early as we wanted to. And then we were sitting all the way in the back because they do that often with families. Like they put us all the way in the back. And so we like the last to get off the plane. Our children are just waking up. Really, it's the middle of the night for them. So it's like, there's all that. And then we have to go to the bathroom, get them dressed, get them washed up. We have to, feed them snacks and all that kind of stuff just to appease them. We go get our luggage. We're at the wrong carousel for at least 20 minutes. Like, and there was so many flights from Atlanta coming in at the same time. Like Delta has like a 7, 8, 9, and 10 o'clock flight to London. So all the flights are kind of back to back. So we're looking tired, delirious, not even realizing that the flight number is different. Like, yeah, this is our carousel. And then we're asking other people, like, you were on the flight with us, right? Like, yeah, we're on the flight with you. Everybody's tired. So don't do that. Know your flight number. So I finally realized that we're waiting at the wrong carousel. Our luggage is waiting on us, as it should have been, because we spent, I don't know how long, getting our children ready in the bathroom. So the luggage should have been there, right? So we do that. The plan is to take an express bus straight to the next airport, right? It's like an hour and a half ride, but that's the plan. We missed the 1 o'clock bus. Our flight leaves out at 5:30 local time, London time. So we missed the 1 o'clock bus. There's a 2:30 bus that gets us to the airport at 4. It's, an hour and a half before check-in. We're already like checked in on the things. We're like, we can make that work. But we didn't want to wait that long. So I was like, you know what, let's just take the train. So we're supposed to take a train to another station and then switch over to the Stansted Express. The Stansted Express is an underground train, very Harry Potter, that you can take directly there. It's like a 48-minute ride to get there. We're looking on Uber and we're like, maybe we should take Uber and we get to, like we'll get there. We'll do the things because we're halfway there. So we'll get there before we would if we take the train. Bad mistake. Terrible mistake. Don't do that. Do not be us. Okay. Do not take the Uber thinking it's going to be a more comfortable, more simple ride than switching to another train. It wasn't. It really wasn't. So do not do that. Okay. Listen to me good. Do not come a little closer. Don't do that. Okay. Just don't do it. So we end up taking an Uber. We still haven't eaten for real. Like we stopped and got pastries and water, but we still haven't like had a meal. And so everybody's getting a little delirious. Everyone's tired. It's like, it's chaos. But I'm like, we're almost there. This is our last flight. We're checking to our apartment that we're going to be in for the next 3 months. It's going to feel really good. So we get in the Uber. There's so much traffic. We end up getting there later than expected. We walk up to the desk 1 hour before our flight takes off. The airport is super chill right now. It's not busy. Like we walk right through get in through security, all that. So it's very possible for us to still make it to our flight. We're checked in, we dropped our luggage, all that. We're flying a budget airline. And budget airlines can be great, but you got to be prepared for anything, right? So there was an option to just print your tags off and then drop your bags. That's what we were going to do. I guess the woman thought she was helping us. She was like, just go to the counter. We get to the counter. There's one person in front of us and they're taking a long time, like arguing with the guy. It's a whole thing. And I'm like, hey, my flight leaves in an hour. I just want to make sure that we don't miss our flight. I'm very vocal. I'm telling everybody this like the whole time. So finally gets to that situation. At this point, it's like 4:55. And he's like, you need to hurry. And I'm like, I'm trying to. This is what I've been saying this whole time. Gotta hurry. So we get to security. There's not a line, mind you. We do have a lot of electronics. London is pretty particular about their security process. And I've had conversations with TSA in the past, and they say actually the reason why we're so particular is because of the US. Meanwhile, the US is not that particular about the stuff, right? Like if I have a lip gloss or a hand sanitizer that's not in a little baggie, it's not a big deal in the US. It goes through. Here in London, my experience in all the flights I've been back and forth to London, it's like every little thing that has a drop of liquid needs to be in a baggie. Like they're very organized and they're very consistent, right? You know what you're going to get. So I'm like, hey, our flight is boarding and we're almost at final call. We really need to go. Please tell me everything I need to do so I can make sure we get through quickly, right? And so the lady is unusually like, no, it'll be fine. And I was like, I don't think it's gonna be fine. It's not, in my experience, it has not been fine. So like almost all of our bags get recalled. They want to look through everything, right? What's this, what that? And I'm like, hey, you really don't have to explain it to me. And so like they're being really polite. And they're like, well, we're gonna do this, step one, step two, step three. And I'm like, no offense, but you really don't have to explain it. My flight is boarding right now. I'm really worried that I'm going to miss my flight. So please just do whatever you have to do and let me know if you have any questions. I'll be here. Well, let me repack your bag for you. No, let me just throw it in so I can get on this flight because we got to go. So Jordan and Kasani get done first. I'm like, just go to the gate, let them know we're there. Mind you, they still have our phones. So Jordan doesn't have a phone. He doesn't have his boarding pass or anything like that. So he's at the gate, like not able to do anything. This man's like, what time does your flight leave? And I said 5:30. At this point, it's probably 5:10, right? 5 or 5:10. They normally close gates about 15 minutes before. And so the man looks on his little like airport device and he's like, it should be fine. They know you're checked in. They know you're coming. Like it should be fine. And I'm like, I wish I believed you, sir. I wish I believed you. So he's like, it'll be fine. As soon as you get past security, it's just on the other side of the shops. And I'm like, okay, so it's a closed gate. Cool. He's like, gate 29, it's closed. If you've ever been to Stansted Airport, you know it's not closed. I'm gonna tell you why it's not closed, okay? And this is me running with Kyle in a bassinet stroller, so I can't really run because he's in a bassinet stroller, and if it trips, that's it, right? So I'm running, pacing, jogging, whatever you want to call it, with all the extra things that I had to take because I sent Jordan and Kasani ahead. We get there, and I'm going through duty free. Duty free is the longest duty free I've ever walked through. It's this big windy path with all these twists and turns, and you just keep winding around. Okay. And then you wind around and I think, oh, the gates are going to be right here. The man told me the gate's right here. It's a legit mile. Like, I'm not exaggerating. It's an actual mile from the security to gate 29. Okay. You wind through duty free. Then there's a straight landing of shops. Then there's a huge dome-like structure with restaurants in a circle, and then restaurants in the inner circle, and then lots of tables and chairs. So it's not a direct path, right, to get to the gates. Then you walk up to a shuttle. I said, okay, I don't know why this man lied to me like the way that he did, but it's okay. We're going to get there. I'm not freaking out yet, right? I'm like really booking it like as fast as I can, out of breath, ready to give up, ready to just like sit down somewhere. So I go and the shuttle is shut down. So I can't take the shuttle anyway. And I was like, fine, I'll walk. The guy was like, yeah, go this way, walk towards 89. My gate is 29. Why am I walking towards 89? I'm very confused, but I'm doing it, right? So this long stretch of a hallway, I finally see gates. After all that, I finally see gates. It's like gate 89. And so I'm thinking, oh my gosh, unless this is one of those weird things where like I'll walk around a corner and I'm suddenly there, we're not going to make it. I'm booking it at this point. Like Kyle is screaming at me and I'm like, I know I'm really sorry to put you through this trauma, but we really need to make this flight. Like we really need to make this flight. The airline we're flying on, they only go to certain locations every like 3 days. So the next flight is not for another few days. So I'm thinking we gotta make this flight. Okay. So we get to the gates and I'm running past like 3 or 4 gates. Jordan and Kasani are walking back towards me and he just goes, and I'm like hyperventilating because what am I about to do in London in the cold that we are not dressed for with my two small children for 3 days. So I'm panicking. I'm like, either we're gonna have to like spend $1,000 on buying a new flight, or we're going to end up being here for 3 days. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to be in London for 3 days. London's wonderful. I think it's a great place. My friends that I have there, it's always good to be able to see them and things like that. But like, I am tired. We have been staying at different houses for the past couple of weeks since we left Mexico, and I am like ready to just put my clothes in a closet and not live in a suitcase. Like, please. So after I'm done hyperventilating, and after Kasani comes over to give me a hug and rub my back and tell me that it's okay because my child is not regulating my emotions, we finally are like, all right, cool. What can we do? There's a 6:30 flight heading to another airport in Croatia that's super far away. We didn't realize at the time, but like, it's not a convenient situation. We were desperate, so we're trying everything. So Jordan runs to gate 40, which is not in the same area where gate 89 and 29 are. It's in a different area. Okay, just keep up. So he runs to that gate to like find customer service to ask them, and they were like, no, you can't do that because your bags were pulled off the planes. You have to go get your bags from security, then come back through. You won't make it in time. Okay, so we're not gonna make it in time. So we're panicking. We finally remember that this airline does fly to Montenegro. They do fly to Podgorica, and there's a flight on Friday, right? So this is Wednesday, I think. This is like Wednesday. There's a flight on Friday. So we're like, all right, cool. We stay 2 nights in a hotel and then we fly out Friday. It's better than flying out Sunday, like after having to stay the entire weekend. We find a hotel. We finally get some food. It's subpar, but there wasn't much open at the airport. I don't know why, but there wasn't much open at the airport. I'm excited because I'm like, we're gonna get snow. It snowed somewhere in London. It didn't snow much where we were. We got a little bit of like cars covered in ice, like a little frost, but like it wasn't the snow I was hoping for. Meanwhile, remember I told you how cold it was in Atlanta when we left? It's snowing in Atlanta. So I'm like, the one perk to being here is like my kids get to see snow. Neither here nor there. My kids were troopers. They were wonderful. We had a moment with my 3-year-old. He was really struggling. You know how hard it is to be like off your sleep schedule as an adult. So you can only imagine what that's like as a child. So we did have a chance to meet up with one of my good friends that I met when I lived and worked in Kuwait. It was wonderful to see her. And then we had the opportunity to stop by Vivo Barefoot, which is a barefoot shoe company that Jordan is an ambassador for. And so we have been meaning to get the whole family a new pair of shoes to help us, navigate Europe and just some warm shoes because we live in Mexico and we don't really wear warm shoes. So we get to the store. It's really cool. It's a really cool experience. I would have liked a little bit more customer service wise, but other than that, the different experiences they have throughout the store are really cool. They have like different technology and different, I don't want to say machines, but they have things that you can do to learn more about your foot and all that. Because wearing barefoot shoes is a whole like league of its own. So we had a good time doing that. We walked away with a pair of shoes for everybody, and everybody's happy with our purchases. Then we were back on the Sunset Express that we skipped the first time. That probably would have we would have made it. Like, we were 2 minutes late to our flight. Like, had we gotten there even 10 minutes earlier, even if everything happened as it did happen, we would have made it, which is infuriating. But everything happens for a reason, and we are living in the present. We're trying to. So we get to our hotel. It's late. We're like, let's put the kids to sleep. We're probably not going to get any sleep, but let's get the kids to sleep and then get our luggage together for tomorrow because we bought new shoes. So we're going to make space for things. So we get to the airport early in the morning. It's still dark. It's like you're walking into a different airport, right? Like, so it's busy. It's bustling. Like, the lines are long. They didn't let us go down the stroller line. Like, they were like, no, it's closed. Like, I was like, okay. These are the people we needed the first day when it was like super slow, like the slow staff that was all happy-go-lucky. These are the people we needed. They were like, take this out your bag, do this, make sure you got this, take that off. Sir, ma'am, no, you can't. That is the energy I needed the first time I was going through here. But we make it through. We board our flight. It's freezing. I didn't realize we were going to have to like go upstairs to walk downstairs to walk outside to board the flight. But we did. We get on the flight. It feels like it's taken us forever to take off because my toddler took a little bitty nap when we were still out in London, like in the city, and did not sleep from, I don't know. He woke up at maybe 9:30, 10 o'clock. And at this point, it's 7 a.m. And he did not sleep that entire time. He was just awake in the hotel room. And he did not sleep. And so he's struggling. I mean, struggling. Like he's hanging on by a thread, but also being a 3-year-old. So we finally get him to fall asleep. We finally get him calm. They do that weird thing they do where they want to make you put a seatbelt on the infant. And I genuinely, I mean, honestly, guys, if you can explain it to me in the comments, I'm interested to know. Because in my mind, if the plane like turns upside down or whatever, like my seatbelt will keep me from falling out of my seat. I don't see how that seatbelt is going to keep my baby secure because he's a baby. Like he's 4 months. I think he actually had just turned 4 months at the time. So it's like, if I have him in my carrier and we end up upside down, God forbid, in my mind, he's more secure in my carrier than he is in the seat belt. And it's like, they're so insistent about being like, no, sorry, you have to take him out of the carrier. You have to wake him up and then you have to put the seatbelt around him. And I'm just like, okay, super annoying, but all right. So that was, an annoyance. But we get to Podgorica. I don't know why I'm struggling to say that today. And it's a breeze. Customs is a breeze. We get there. Our ride is waiting to pick us up. We have this 2-hour drive back to Kotor, where we are. I've been calling it Couture, and it's not Couture. It's Kotor. I'm working on it. And so we finally make it to our apartment, like sometime Friday afternoon. And the other families have already been here for a few days, so they're already more settled in and things like that. But it's nice to just be here and to like start to unpack and things. And we love it here. This bed is amazing. It's my second favorite place in the house. My first favorite place is the couch because it lays down, not like a futon, but kind of like a futon 3.5. Okay, it's amazing. It's really comfortable, and there's enough room for everybody. There's enough room for my baby's activity gym and for me to sit down and for Jordan. Like it's perfect. So we finally make it. That was maybe around the 10th or so. And so today is the 30th. And the last 20 days have been a whirlwind of launching the wellness program here in Montenegro, getting into our groove, learning the greetings in Montenegrin, getting Kasani adjusted to the sleep schedule and the time change, as well as getting up every day and going to school, making friends, planning for our wedding, which happened 5 days ago. So we've been married for 5 days. We are going to make a separate video and tell you guys about that because it was magical. Do you hear me? Magic. Okay. Like we could not have scripted it better. Like if I had unlimited resources and I was like, this is what I want to happen on my wedding day, it wouldn't have been this good. I wouldn't have been able to dream it up. So good. Can't wait to tell you guys about it. But here we are, just one day away from February. And that means we have 2 months left here in Montenegro and lots of fun things planned, lots more to show you guys and take you guys through. So hang here with us. Stay tuned for our wedding recap video. And if you don't follow us on socials, please make sure to do so to see all of the amazing wedding content that we were gifted because God don't play about us. And that's just that on that. That's on that. Okay. All right. Thank you for watching. If you've gotten this far in the video, my name is Sierra and I am, excuse me. You can call me Mrs. Coburn. You see what I did there? I am Sierra Coburn, and I am one part of that family on the go. We are a family of 4 who is a locked family, Black family, American, Jamaican family with 2 boys who we are taking on this ride with us around the world to enrich ourselves, just become better, do better, be better, grow more, expand more, learn more languages. And we're happy to take you guys along the ride with us. So see you soon.